Hi,
Hey
everyone.
everyone, I'm Lisa,
And I'm Lucy.
and we run Sticker Guru, a stationery and sticker shop.
We created the Big Plans podcast to share the things we've learned over the past 6 years running our own business.
Let's get started. For our first podcast, we are going to be talking about our 2022 shop goals for
Yes.
our business today. And we've come up with about 5 goals each. We haven't told each other what they are,
Yep.
so it's going to be a surprise. But do you want to go first?
Sure. How about we just go, I'll say one, and then you say one, and we'll just switch back
Okay.
and
Are
forth.
we are we like going to be elaborating
Yeah,
on them?
we'll be talking about them
Okay, okay.
because
Okay.
we have time to kill.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, Number one on my list is stay on top of finances. So, like using
Mhm.
QuickBooks, updating it monthly, because Lisa already knows this, but I'm so horrible with doing all that. But I've been
I feel
working on
like
it recently.
I feel like every year around like tax season, at least in the past few years, not so much this past year, but like before, I feel like we always waited until
Till
like
the
March
literally the
or
last second.
April to do our expenses.
Yeah, like the
And it's
last
always just
week.
been like yeah, it's always just been a mess. So I feel like last year we definitely worked on it. At least I think I have.
I think you do a really good job with keeping track of finances, but I um am definitely making sure that I'm doing it now. Like right now, I'm currently going through all of 2021 and just doing all my QuickBooks for that. So, like
Mhm.
the other day, I finished January and February, and I'm just basically trying to do
Mhm.
like a couple months each week. And then by
Yeah.
tax time, I will be ready.
You'll be ready. Yeah. I think tax season hasn't officially started yet, so you still have time.
Okay, when does it actually start though? Because I only know
I
when the
think it
deadline
starts
is.
you can start filing at the end of January. And the only reason
Oh,
why I know this is because I'm like waiting on all the 1099 forms.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep, that's mine. Stay on top of finances.
Okay. The first one for mine is probably my biggest goal for the year is to buy a house. And I feel like there's like several reasons why I want to buy a house, but I think one of them mainly is so that I can hire employees. Especially in California, I feel like trying to find rent an office space is like really expensive. So I feel like if I had a house, then I can work out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a lot more cost effective than having to pay for rent every month in an office space.
Yeah, and the bonus part, you don't have to live at home anymore.
Oh, that was my second reason is so that I can actually move out. I've been living at home since I
The pen
graduated, so it's been like a year and almost 2 years now. So yeah, it's time to skedaddle on out.
It's time to fly the nest. Leave the
It's
nest.
time to get away.
Fly the coop.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, am currently in the process of applying for a loan. But yeah, I'm still waiting on those tax forms.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like that's something I see a lot of YouTubers do. I feel like they buy a home and then they like work out of their home and like their
Yeah, because
employees
then
like
you
live in
can
their
also
home,
like, yeah, I've noticed that. I feel like a lot of big YouTubers, they'll just like have their employee live with them.
which
Like I remember watching James Charles's house
yeah.
tour
Yep.
and like his editor lived with him.
Like I that's a little too much, but I do think it's like helpful slash useful to have your home also include your work. Plus zero commute
Yeah,
time. It's the best.
that's true. You can just roll out of bed.
We love work from home.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't imagine like having to commute.
Yes, as someone who has commuted for a job, it's horrible and I would never go back. to doing that. Okay. All right. My number two. This is so these are not in any particular order. But my number two
Okay.
is consistent content, and I mean several things by that. So, um, batch producing content because I feel like
Mhm.
I will have spurts of inspiration. Um,
Yeah.
and also creating content really exhausts me. Like it just, I don't know, it like makes me really exhausted, even though I like to do it. So I
I
think
feel
batch
that.
producing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also on my that was one of my goals
Oh, okay.
also,
Yeah.
was to batch and schedule social media content. And I feel like every single week I kind of feel like a hamster in a wheel,
Yeah.
and it's I always feel like we're like behind and we need to like catch up. So I
Yeah.
feel like if we just spend a couple days out of the month or even like once a week just making
Mhm.
content, I think that will drastically help the situation and
Agreed.
not feel like a hamster in a wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also mine is like have a content calendar. Um, well, for those of you who don't know, Lisa and I used to have a YouTube channel when we were younger. And we were, I guess, I mean, we weren't beauty gurus per se, but we basically were in that we produced like videos on beauty and fashion and stuff like that, which is where the name Sticker Guru comes from. Like beauty guru, sticker
Yes,
guru,
because beauty gurus, they were like really big in like
20,
2011,
yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are no stranger to producing content, but I feel like it's the same thing with our YouTube channel. Like it is really hard for us to produce consistent content.
Consistent, yeah. I feel like yeah, honestly the hardest part is just being consistent, but I don't know. I think whenever I'm like inspired by like TikToks, like if it's like a viral sound and I have an idea, I've been like writing them down so that I don't forget.
Same.
And so now I have like a bunch of ideas saved up and I just need to record them now.
Same. I want to make like a spreadsheet. I sent you a TikTok of this girl who has a
I saw that
spreadsheet.
one. It
Yeah.
was I think that's going to be really helpful. Basically, it
Yes.
was like a spreadsheet and then it had like the audio she was going to use, like the
Hmm.
status on it, if it was like in the queue or if it was
Like
done being
recording.
recorded. And then
She had
also
like,
just like
yeah,
the
link to the
idea
sounds.
of
Yeah, the
yeah, the link to the
idea.
sound. And I think if we have something like that, then we can definitely crank out the content a
Yeah.
lot easier.
Yep. And my last bullet point for this one is to have more educational content because I feel like that's what we're best
I think,
at.
yeah, I think that's what people are also most interested in.
Yeah.
At least what I've noticed from like our previous reels is that people like seeing like tutorials and how to do certain things. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, definitely would like to focus on that.
And I also feel like I'm the most comfortable making educational videos because it's like kind of like the YouTube videos that we would do, like the
Yeah,
tutorials. Because like the more
yeah.
trendy ones with the dancing and stuff, like I can't do that.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's not for me. Like
that's just
I
not
did
who I
not
am.
join I didn't join TikTok for the longest time because I thought it was only like
Just the dancing.
doing the dances and I was like, I don't know why that's interesting, but there's a lot more than that on
Yep.
TikTok. Okay, moving on to my next goal. Um on going on the trend of batching things, I would really like to batch design more releases. Um
Mhm.
Specifically to our Tuesdays, our subscriptions, just things that like can be done in advance. I know kits are a little bit more tricky because we rely on art that's being released.
Mhm.
Um, but I think this past week, actually, we have been working on batch designing some kits.
It's been really good,
So
guys.
doing both this week and next week's releases within just 1 week. And I think so far it's been good. Um,
Yep.
I think one of our biggest bottlenecks is designing, and if we can batch design,
Yeah.
like spend a whole week designing things for like months in advance, I think that'll be really helpful in the long run. And then again, with like the hamster in the wheel, I feel
Yeah.
like very much 2021, every single week kind of was like the same thing over and over. So
I feel like that's
I would
been the
like to,
past 6 years, so
that's pretty much, I think we've gotten better
we have.
at it, at
Yeah.
least being consistent. I think we've gotten really good at doing consistent releases. Um, but
Yeah.
I would like to not feel like a rat or hamster in a wheel
Yeah.
anymore.
That's funny because that's actually my number 4. But I have like a
Okay.
specific I put designing 6 months out in advance, which I thought about it
Hmm.
and I'm like, we are 6 months out in advance for some items,
For some
like our
items, yeah.
subscription. Yeah.
Our
But
subscription, our $2 Tuesday, we are currently one, about
what,
like
1
3 months,
month?
I'd
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
Like we design quarterly, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we like batch designed all of quarter one's Chiller Tuesday.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm like, I need to get started on quarter two.
Yes. Yep. I do think it's helpful. I think we're at a pretty good point right now. Like it's much better than before,
Yeah,
but I
I
think we can
agree.
improve it some more.
I think we can go even further with it.
Yeah. Yes.
But we're definitely on the right track so far.
Yeah, I think the batching thing has been a game changer. Also, using our Asana, which I feel like
Yes.
we have finally like figured out a way that works for us in our Asana. Um, which if you're not familiar with it, is like a what would you call it? It's like a kind of like a
It's
to
like
do, a task.
a productivity slash
Yes.
task board.
Yeah.
It's a web app. And basically you can do like to-do lists, and it's all like shared, so then you can see each other's to-do lists. We have our design board on here. We do
Mhm.
like a, since we both design like 50-50, I would say we use the Kanban method, if anyone knows what that is. Um,
Explain it, just explain
Actually,
it.